Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and explore the darkest, most uncharted waters of global folklore. Today we're looking at a fascinating lineup of mythical creatures that go way beyond the standard bumps in the night. We're going to break down their origins, their completely terrifying anatomies, and the incredibly strict survival rules you'd need to escape them, all pulled directly from the source material.
So if you're tired of the standard vampires, werewolves, and ghosts, you are definitely in the right place. We're about to escalate the terror from grotesque anatomical monsters all the way to truly taboo, uncharted entities that some people are afraid to even name out loud. We are leaving the familiar behind to look at legends from across the globe that operate on some truly bizarre, disturbing logic.
Section 1. The Half-Bodied Horror.
We're kicking things off in the Visayan regions of the Philippines with something absolutely grotesque. It's called the manananggal, which roughly translates to one who separates itself. And trust me, it lives up to the name. Picture a disfigured old woman who has this frankly nauseating habit of literally detaching her upper torso from her lower body. We're talking entrails hanging out and everything. She sprouts these massive bat wings and takes to the night sky. And her prey? It's incredibly specific. She uses this long, proboscis-like tongue to hunt newlyweds, abandoned grooms, and even unborn children. It is truly nightmare fuel.
Now, what's really wild is how she hunts. She uses this bizarre auditory illusion to totally mess with her victims. She makes this distinct tick-tick-ticking sound in the dark. But here's the catch. It operates completely backwards. If that ticking sounds faint and distant, watch out, because she is hovering right on top of you. But if it's loud and right in your ear, she's actually far away. It's this brilliantly evil deception meant to catch you completely off guard.
Thankfully, she has one massive design flaw. See, while her upper half is out terrorizing people, her lower half is just standing there, vulnerable, hidden somewhere in the dark. So if you want to survive, you've got to find that severed bottom half and rub salt, ash, or crushed garlic all over the exposed flesh. That stops her from reattaching. If she can't put herself back together before the sun comes up, she's done for. Section 2. The Deadly Whistler.
Let's pivot from a literal monster to a much darker cautionary tale about a cursed human known as El Silbón, the Deadly Whistler. This legend explores how human cruelty can literally birth a monster. It all starts with this incredibly spoiled boy. He demands his dad go hunt a deer for dinner, but when his dad comes back empty-handed, the boy does the unthinkable. He murders his own father, harvests his organs, and hands them to his mom, tricking her into cooking them by saying, "Father has brought us some meat for dinner." When she finally realized what was actually in the pot, well, that kicked off a brutal chain of events.
The family's retaliation is exactly what morphed this boy into a monster. They tied him to a post, whipped him mercilessly, and then rubbed a burning mix of alcohol, chili peppers, and lemon juice straight into his open wounds. If that wasn't enough, they cursed him to carry a sack of his father's remains forever and set starving dogs loose on him. From that sheer torture, he transformed into this towering 6-meter-tall, creaking skeletal horror, just doomed to wander the earth, dragging a bag of bone.
And just like our last creature, his terrifying auditory cues are completely flipped. If you hear El Silbón's whistle loud and clear right next to you, take a breath. You're perfectly safe. But if it sounds distant, your death is practically knocking at the door. And it gets even more specific. He likes to drop his sack outside a house at night and count his father's bones, one by one. If you catch him doing it, he spares you. But if he sits there all night, counting right up until dawn without anyone noticing, someone inside that house is going to die and be added to the sack.
Section 3. The Skinless Sea Demon.
All right, things are about to get seriously weird. We're heading to the islands of Orkney to look at an unstoppable plague demon called the Nuckelavee. We're moving away from cautionary tales into what the islanders basically saw as a walking natural disaster. According to local encounters, especially one vividly described by an islander named Thomas, this thing is a skinless, hulking monstrosity. Imagine a man's legless torso fused directly into the back of a horse. The human part has arms so ridiculously long they drag on the dirt, topped with a massive 3-foot-wide head. But the worst part? Absolutely no skin. You just see black blood pumping through thick yellow veins. And the horse half? It breathes out these toxic vapors that kill crops and cause plagues, all while staring you down with a single burning red eye.
The crazy thing is, the Nuckelavee wasn't just a monster hiding in the shadows, it was a trigger for massive devastation. Back in 1722, the locals were doing something totally mundane, burning seaweed to make soap and glass. But that pungent smoke,
It completely enraged the Nukkalavi. It went on an absolute rampage, unleashing plagues, decimating crops, and slaughtering livestock across any island involved in the seaweed burning business. It was basically how these islanders rationalized sudden, catastrophic agricultural diseases.
But here is the wild part. Despite being this unstoppable engine of toxic plagues, it shares a very common weakness with other sea-dwelling myths. The absolute best survival tactic if this skinless nightmare is chasing you? Just jump across a creek. Seriously, the Nukkalavi is entirely bound by the rule that it cannot cross fresh water. It's just a fascinating contrast, right? A creature capable of mass destruction stopped dead in its tracks by a tiny little geographic boundary.
Section 4. The Cosmic God-Eater.
Now we are scaling things up to a truly cosmic level. Forget village monsters, we're talking about a creature that threatened the very fabric of existence. In Aztec mythology, before our world even existed, the 4 original gods were busy trying to create water and life. Enter Cipactli, an enormous cosmic sea monster with an appetite that literally could not be satisfied. It was so massive and so hungry that anything the gods tried to create would just fall into the cosmic ocean and get immediately devoured by this thing. But its anatomy is what makes it truly baffling.
Think about the sheer, horrifying geometric logic of its design. Cipactli had a hungry, gnashing mouth on every single joint of its body. Elbow mouths, knee mouths, knuckle mouths. But think about this for a second. If elbows and knuckles have mouths and a jaw inherently requires a joint to open and close, do the creature's joint mouths have their own jointed mouths? I mean, where does the endless eating and that infinite fractal loop of mouths actually stop?
The gods quickly realized they couldn't exactly build a universe with this giant garbage disposal eating all their hard work. It took all 4 of them to slay it in a battle so intense it actually cost one of the gods their foot. But they didn't just kill it, they literally recycled it. They tore its massive body apart into the 4 compass directions to build our universe. Its head became the 13 heavens, its midsection was molded into the earth, and its tail became the underworld. So yeah, in Aztec lore, we're basically living right on top of the remains of a cosmic god-eater.
Section 5. The Shape-Shifting Witches.
For our final creature, we're going to slow down and look at something from Navajo culture that is so deeply feared, many people absolutely refuse to even say its name out loud, the Skinwalker. I want to be super clear here. This isn't just an internet meme or some guy in a spooky Halloween costume. This is a very real, culturally potent dread. In Navajo tradition, medicine men use their knowledge to heal and protect the community from evil. Skinwalkers are the exact sinister opposite. They are usually former healers who take that sacred knowledge and completely twist it to cause illness and death. We're talking dark magic, grave robbing, and literally crafting tools and potions out of human bones.
Make sure to subscribe
And the price of admission to get these dark powers, it is horrific.
So you never miss an
To
update.
become a Skinwalker,
Thanks
an
for
individual
watching,
has to
and
commit
we'll see
the
you in
ultimate
the next
societal
video.
taboo, murdering a close family member, usually a sibling. It's that irredeemable act of evil that grants them their terrible abilities. They can read minds, and they can shapeshift into predatory animals like wolves, coyotes, or bears, picking whatever form gives them the stealth or raw strength they need for their dark work.
But crossing that monstrous line leaves a permanent, chilling physical tell. When they shapeshift and prowl the desert at night in their animal form, their eyes don't look like a beast's, they look dead-on human. And it goes both ways. When they're in human form, just walking totally unnoticed through the community during the day, their eyes betray them by looking like the reflective eyes of an animal. It's this deeply unsettling mark of the boundary they shattered.
When the sun goes down, the terror they unleash is incredibly psychological. They use those animal forms to spread sickness and sow absolute chaos. But the scariest part is their ability to read minds and literally control their victims, forcing them to do their bidding. It's a localized, intensely intimate kind of terror that tears at the very fabric of a tight-knit community. It goes way, way beyond a simple, scary campfire story.
As we wrap up this explainer on the escalating dread of global folklore, I want to leave you with a question. Which of these sets of terrifying rules did you find the most unsettling? Was it the reversed audio tricks of the Mononogal or Elsa Bone? The mind-bending geometric impossibility of Cipactli? The sheer biological gross-out factor of the skinless Nukkalavi? Or the deeply psychological malice of the Skinwalker? Take a second to think about the bizarre rules that govern our fears, and keep questioning what else might be lurking in the uncharted corners of mythology.
If you enjoyed this video and want to watch more amazing content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.